And then the music might as well, the albums, the most recent albums, they might as well just get married, have a split EP, have a freaking baby. But that's besides the point. Like, I smile at the dead. Hello, and welcome to what is going to be the first upload with the new banner, with the new spooky season theme going on for the channel. Hope you guys like that. I sure as hell do. Welcome back. This is going to be another pretty chilled out Breeaction, despite that screamy scream. We are finally checking out Dayseeker on the channel, which I've been a fan of for a very long time. This band is best buddies with the likes of Silent Planet and plenty of others. They have developed and constructed, they have cemented their own corner in the scene of metalcore, I would say, but always comparable to that of Being as an Ocean, The Word Alive, For the Fallen Dreams, which is another band we need to check out with their new single Sulfate. But nonetheless, we are going to go ahead and check out their new single Without Me, and they have a new album out this November on the 4th, a third album to release the day after my 23rd birthday, which will be super cool. And then I'll be seeing them the following week when they come to Phoenix with Make Them Suffer, Bad Omens, and another one. I forgot which one it is, but you will be checking out the merch pre-orders for Dark Sun out November 4th at the end of the video. Let's get into the music. All right, I'm ready. Wait. Oh, I did a thing. All right. I wonder where they went. I wonder where they've gone as far as their new sound.
How did we let it all come to nothing? Feeling like I should have been feeling something. Lately I've been putting it off to see if you'd come back crawling. The floor is falling now. So don't you hold me if you don't wanna know me. Don't you play dumb when I see where you run from.
Alright, 1 second. Sorry. Just making sure everything could be seen.
So don't you leave me empty when it's only in my eyes. How do you feel the same?
Oh.
Without me, how do you feel the same when I don't sleep? Somehow found me, but you still doubt me. How do you feel the same without me? Call me when you know that you're feeling lovesick, or you can call it off when you see that I ain't shit. Lately I've been putting it off to see ya.
Oh.
Don't come
Yeah.
back crawling.
I can't.
The floor is falling down. So don't you hold me if you don't wanna know me. Don't you play dumb. How do you feel the same without me? How do you feel the same when I don't sleep? Somehow found me, but you still doubt me. How do you feel the same without me?
Nah, this is a great track.
So don't you hold me if you don't wanna know me.
Yeah, bring it.
So don't you leave me empty when it's only in my eyes. How do you feel the same without me? How do you feel beside when I don't sleep? Somehow found me. Do you still doubt me? How do you feel beside without me? How do you
Oh, bring it, man. Bring it.
without me?
Absolutely. That
Lucid
was...
chart makes
Fuck off! That was so good. Oh my god, man. Like, there's a reason. There's a reason this band is getting so big. I mean, at the very least, this song has 130,000 views, I think, if I'm seeing that correctly. 7.6 thousand likes on YouTube. Holy smack, dude. I love this band. And, like, I might not be planning to be in a softer metalcore band like this, or just, you know, kind of post-rock, hard rock, whatever the frick you want to call it, dude. Like, I don't plan to be in one of these bands, but as a musician, it's important to keep a variety in your style, right? It's very important to just constantly just be spreading out and to find new artists, because eventually things will get boring for you, man. And you know, you can listen to 75 different slammy sammy bands that have slightly different themes lyrically, or as far as the imagery in their marketing, or literally freaking anything that happens to do with the band. But you still need to have such a large variety. And when you do, when you're able to find diamonds in the rough, when you're able to find all these gems that are just tagging alongside your legitimate favorite bands of all time, who are best friends with your favorite band of all time, as far as the people is concerned. And then the music might as well, the albums, the most recent albums, they might as well just get married, have a split EP, have a freaking baby. But that's besides the point. Like, Dayseeker, man, they're making moves. They are very dreamy. They are very ambient. They are very digital. And that's what I've always liked about them. Sleep Talk, it was a very good start after learning about their track featuring Garrett Russell, because they've been friends since the beginning, really. So it was really cool to find out about that feature track, and I'm like, oh, why is Garrett featuring on this track? And I'm like, oh, this band is actually super interesting. Like, this is a new and upcoming band, and obviously they have yet to find their sound. And they did. They really did. They continue to find their just comfort zone, musically speaking, but they continue to just expand upon that. It's the freaking musician. It is the band's collective dream to be inspired by other artists, but have the ability from the outside perspective, from your fans, from your community, to be distinguishable from the bands that you inspire from. You know what I mean? It's very important. Anyways, let's freaking check out the merch here, people. So, as usual, we have plenty of goodies. We have a CD with a gorgeous album cover. It's very simple. And I would dare say, this reminds me hella of most of Silent Planet's album covers. But I also love that, because you know who it is. It isn't Silent Planet. It's basically their musical baby. It's like their musical little brother, per se, the band itself. So we got a gorgeous album cover. We got an 11-track record incoming this November 4th. But that's just the CD, people. They got 2 different vinyl variants. They got a pretty comfy, snug-looking hoodie. They got a couple shirt designs to choose from, in which obviously I am always a whore for tie-dye shirts. But, you know, to each their own. And they got hats. They got a flag, which more or less, that and this, Jesus Christ. But I don't think that's even a part of the pre-order lineup. This is for, like, from previous tours and stuff. But it still works. I definitely am looking into getting the flag. Like, this is pretty sick. And I mean, it's not like they're using the same font as Spirit Box. It's slightly different. It's pretty similar, but it's different. It's got its own little touch. And just the album cover, man, it's so sick. Anyways, this has been Sean Cross. Mostly a channel for heavy music, for the heaviest and strangest bands in the world, or just in our own backyard, all featured on the Anatomy podcast. So please consider checking out the podcast itself. And then also, we have now a playlist called TAP, the Anatomy podcast, in its greatest hits. And this is a playlist of songs that the bands on the podcast that have been on the podcast have chosen to be on the playlist. And so far, it's a pretty killer playlist. So please do consider checking that out as we continue to move forward and continue adding songs onto the playlist when I have the time. And remember to put new songs on the playlist. That way we are completely caught up. Stay tuned for each and every future Anatomy podcast episode, because we have quite a few not done, but in the works for sure, going into the rest of this year, with now basically only 3 months left of the year, which is crazy. Almost a year now that I've been out here in Nashville, or just in Middle Tennessee in general. But also please consider checking out my vocal covers for Mental Cruelty, for Shrine of Malice, for The Winter Shore, and Vulvodynia. Please consider checking out our Under the Skin sessions, which are track-by-track lyrical analysis sessions with the vocalist of the band, for the most part, that we're interviewing. And usually, like, on the Anatomy podcast too, the Under the Skin session will also be in the podcast session. So it's like, if you want to hear the Under the Skin session early, just listen to the freaking podcast. And also you can send me voice messages on the podcast for future episodes, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, just for a quick shout out. I will literally air those voice messages if you put them in there. And currently we are also trying to get to 50 followers on Anchor for the Anatomy podcast. That way I can start moving on to bigger steps for the channel and for the podcast in general, which is really cool to think about already. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for talking your head off. Hope you enjoyed the song, and we will be seeing you next time.